Hey, what's up guys? I'm Zach.
And I'm Brennan.
And we are here today to bring you our first ever collab video and a bit of a collab reveal, because turns out this guy has a YouTube channel and I have a YouTube channel. We're uploading this video on each other's, or on our own respective channels, but like it's the same video. So Brennan's guys, hi, my name is Zach Inman.
Yep, and what's up guys? Zach's guys, I'm Brennan.
And we're going to have each other's links to our YouTube channels down in the description below. Go ahead and check him out, or check me out, however you want to do that. We both make e-commerce videos. We both have different perspective on things. So this little cross-promotion thing is pretty cool. But today, what we're going to be talking about is how we started with Shopify, like with dropshipping, but just Shopify and the whole e-commerce world that we're in right now as a whole.
Yeah, so how we got started with Shopify dropshipping in the beginning, like our first phases, how we actually first learned about it and all that kind of stuff. That's what we're going into today. Our first mistakes, problems, things we ran into, all that kind of stuff.
We figured this video would just be pretty helpful for you guys, especially people that are around the 18, 19, 20-year-old mark. You're in college, you're trying to start some kind of online business without much experience. Figured this would be super relatable to you guys, and we're going to try and pass on as much knowledge as possible in this short little video.
So we were both freshmen in college about a year and a half ago.
So we've known each other for over a decade and ended up in college together as roommates. So really we went along on this journey together, kind of passed on our knowledge to each other, and really having a second pair of eyes and a second brain on each of our own individual paths and our business ideas, and having these different opinions was wildly valuable in our growth and the development of our businesses.
So I was actually the one who first figured out about it. I heard about it from a friend at a coffee shop that we hang out around on campus. Don't really hang around there too much anymore, but he was the one who first told me about it. He was like, hey, look, and he didn't even had made any money. He was just hearing about it on YouTube and stuff like that from a couple different people, a couple different sources. There really was not much YouTube content about Shopify dropshipping whatsoever back then. Really e-commerce overall. There was maybe like 3 to 4 good channels putting out content. So he told me about it. He was like, look, this is this crazy way, you can make money online, do this, build this business and stuff like that. I was like, wow, this is awesome. So I was like, I'm gonna figure it out. And so I basically came home from the coffee shop and was like, yo, Zach, there's this business thing. Maybe you should try it out too. We should try and learn this together and figure it out, because we can potentially make a lot of money doing this. And in the beginning, what were your thoughts at least on it when I first presented this to you?
Well, basically I was like, holy crap, let's consider this, because I worked a minimum wage job from about age 16 up until about age 19, and during that time I absolutely hated it. I mean, it's definitely very, very important to work jobs like that. Really hones in your people skills, your business skills, all of that, but I had had enough, and I was ready to do more of a fun, interesting, unique business venture. So when he presented me with the idea, and this was all like dropshipping, the concept of dropshipping, I had heard of it before, but I never really considered actually getting into it. So having him present this to me, I realized, hey, I'm at a very, very good time in my life where I can dedicate a good portion of time to this business. I'm young, I've got a little bit of extra money on the side to spend on this. Let's see where things go.
Yeah, especially a lot of you guys that are in college. I mean, right now, you have not very many responsibilities. I mean, what? You have to go to class, even in high school too. What? Go to class, do some homework stuff, There's really not a huge list of responsibilities. Like when you get older, there's a lot more responsibilities that you have to deal with, if you get like a job or something like that. So this time is like the perfect time to really start any sort of venture or business that you want to get into, especially like Shopify, like when we were first getting into it, because there's not a whole lot of upfront investment that you have to get into it with. And you have a lot of extra time on your hands, for most people at least.
So we heard about it and we were like, okay, that's awesome. And then we never really did much about it, but it wasn't that long until we actually did jump into it. It was a little while down the line, and Brennan actually got recommended a video on YouTube of this girl who was dropshipping Star Wars stuff, which, by the way, don't do that. It's just, there's a bunch of legal issues there.
Yeah.
But she was like, oh, I'm dropshipping like Star Wars jewelry and everything, and I'm making a couple $1,000s a month. And we were like, oh my God, dropshipping, we really need to get in on this. So it turns out that day we ended up actually starting our business. We both hopped on Shopify, created a store, and then got to work.
And then from there, we both went on to start our first couple of stores, which, by the way, were complete trash. Mine was called Geek Dolphin, which I was planning to sell Star Wars type stuff, not realizing that it was like illegal back then, or that it would be a legal issue. You need to get proper licensing for that.
And then mine was just like a general beauty store, and I had the brilliant idea to put as many bags, backpacks, clutches, handbags onto this website as humanly possible. I had about 200 different backpacks and bags and purses on this website, and I was like, wow, this is awesome, this is going to take off, and it did the absolute opposite of that.
So as you can see, both of our first stores were literally trash. We were just getting our feet wet, trying to learn Shopify, and both making massive mistakes along the way. And in that whole period, there was at least like you'd say about a month and a half that we were wasting on both of those stores, like learning. At least a
month and a half, yeah.
So it started back in about October range, and into December was not until I got my first sale.
And I remember the time when he got his first sale. He texted me when I had just woken up, and he was like, holy crap, Jack, I just sold $40 worth of like teeth whiteners. And I was like, what the hell? At this time, I hadn't even launched my store yet. But it turns out this was absolutely a fluke.
Yeah.
He made a sale right on the first day and then failed to make hardly any more going on. And it took me at least $200 in Facebook ads before I actually started to make any sales, and this isn't even profit.
Yeah, and I blew a lot of money in Facebook ads too. At the same time, I blew probably at least $200 into Facebook ads, and that first sale, like you were saying, was a fluke. And it was just one that had happened to come through randomly, not even on the product that I was advertising, mind you that. I was advertising something completely different. They went to the store and still bought it for some reason, but...
So in this period of a couple months where we were doing absolutely nothing, this is where a lot of people quit. And this is where, if you're in our similar position, you really need to keep powering through. Because if we had quit when we were $100 or $200 in the hole in Facebook advertisements and hours put into our website, that would have all been for nothing. But eventually, both of us actually found this one winning product, and we went ahead and we scaled our stores in the individual directions of the products that we had found. And through this, over the next couple of months, we built very, very solid brands and stores behind what we were selling, added more similar products to our stores, and it ended up making us thousands upon thousands of dollars in profit over the course of the next few months.
And even within this same time frame, a lot of our other friends quit and gave up on Shopify.
Even though we were directly mentoring them, I had several friends, I sat down with them, worked with them through their store, helped set up their ad campaigns, and had they put in the effort, because their stores and their niches definitely weren't bad, they definitely could have succeeded. However, it didn't end up playing out because they did not put in the work. And while this may seem kind of like scammy and generic, like, oh, you just got to put in the work and you got to succeed.
Gary V.
Yeah, that's true to an extent though, because we didn't know what the hell we were doing, but putting in enough time allows you to gain the knowledge that you actually need to find success. You're not going to have that right off the bat unless you've been doing a bunch of research beforehand before actually jumping into a business. But through the many, many months of trial and error, we eventually found what was working specifically for us and what would work for other people in general, and then just use that to better our businesses.
As you can see through our experiences, this whole business model is not so much cut and paste. It's going to take a lot of creative thinking to solve different problems, and it's what really differentiates the people that want to get rich quick versus actually build a real business.
And having the mindset of someone that actually wants to form a legitimate business over someone that just wants to make a little bit of money online is definitely what's going to bring you to success. And I don't mean to seem super preachy and Gary V right there, but I mean that's just the general idea of things, and that's what really helped us succeed. So once again, if you want to visit each other's channels, whatever channel this is uploaded on, links to each other's channels are in the description down below. Go ahead and check that out. I'd love to have you guys as subscribers, and he'd love to have you as subscribers. So go ahead and swap. We're going to put our outro cards somewhere on the screen right now, or at least I am. And links down in the description for things, courses, Facebook groups, any of that,
kind of stuff.
And we will see you guys in the next videos we make.
Peace out.